Hey folks, John from Alternate Arms, your friend in less than lethal self-defense. Okay, it's here, and I am so excited about this. Let's get started. Now guys, if the stories are true, if what I have heard is accurate, if all the videos we've seen are even halfway true, Scully's gonna have a bad day. But you might notice that this table is full of the most powerful launchers that are currently on the market. But you might also notice we're missing one, right? Right, what's missing here? So you got the Pepperball TRP, badass, we know it. You got the Burn-It, well, okay. Admittedly, this is not an LE. This is my SD with the XL extension, but my LE is elsewhere, so we'll call it an LE, all right? And you've got the new Mercury Rise Intrubuster. This is what it's all about, right? But what are we missing? The Grimberg gavel. I wonder where it might be. Somebody asked me specifically about the Kat-Luca belly bands, if you could carry the heavier launchers. There's the Grimberg gavel, guys. Super, oh, wait. What? You mean the gel launcher as well? Oh, yeah. Guys, listen, I know I told you about these belts before, but I can't tell you how freaking cool they are until you get one. I'll put her link down there again, but as you can see, guys, it holds everything. And I'm going to be wearing this for the duration of the show. So you try to tell me if you can even notice or see them on the outside of the shirt. This thing feels great. I love this. But without further ado, we're gonna need this, aren't we? Hold on, let's just get this out of here. We're gonna need this right here. There she goes. All right, so now we got the gavel in place too. Now, today's video, we're gonna do a couple of things. Before we get started, I wanna let you know at the end of the video, so you gotta wait. I know exactly, to the letter, what's going on with the Intrubuster and the Pistelle 68. I know exactly what's going on. I mean, from the horse's mouth, and both companies. Stay tuned and I'll tell you what's going on with this launcher. It's kind of important too. So, all right, what we're gonna do, you may as well grab some freaking popcorn, dude. This could run a little bit. Yeah, no, go get a drink. Yeah. Anyway, this is not a head-to-head, all right? What I wanted to do is we're gonna get a full review on this. I have not even, and just to show you this, guys, I have not even broken the seal on this package. We're going to do this together. I want to see this exactly how you would if you bought one and had it shipped to your house, okay? But in order to do that, we are going to have some baseline comparisons because a lot of you guys have got LEs or you've got gavels or you've got TRPs and you want to know what the difference is in weight, what the trigger pull is on it, all of that kind of stuff. The next thing we're going to do, I understand that this actually comes with rounds inside of it. I don't know that for sure because I haven't opened it, but I want to test it with a couple of different rounds. The ones that come in it for sure. Everybody asks about the Burn-It kinetics. Okay, so we're going to test it with the Burn-It kinetics, and then we're going to test it with my favorite freaking kinetic rounds, which are going to be the Grimberg Jewels. Now, guys, you might notice those are a little bit dirty. You know why? You know why, Kurt? I know you're listening out there. I'm out of jewel rounds, man. So I need to get some more jewel rounds in here for testing because, guys, there is nothing like the jewel round for kinetic energy. And I want to see what it'll do in this. So we're going to find out. All right, let's go ahead and get this unboxed. I have been waiting for this, guys. This came in last week, and I've been staring at it all weekend because I was like, I'm going to wait. We're going to do it together. I'm not going to cheat. I did think about it, but I didn't do it. All right, let's check out the Intrubuster. By the way, guys, as I'm opening this, Mercury Rise, and I will even say to Defense Innovations or Modern Combat Sports, we got to work on that marketing, man. Because Pistelle 68, Pistelle 68? I could come up with a pretty cool name for something like that. But I don't know, maybe it's the whole French thing, you know. And Intrubuster I just don't get, I'm not gonna lie to you. But all right, move poor Scully, soon to be past Scully out of the way. All right, guys, so let's crack this thing open and see what we get in the box here. All right, so Right off the bat, you get a 1-page leaflet. All right, so that's your instruction manual, guys. It's pretty straightforward, right? One thing about this is it tells you, you might notice, and I'm gonna point this out to people, these are listed as paintball pistols, all right? There's a reason for that, and it has more to do with shipping over the border than it does anything else. They have to list them as paintball because if they're listed as pepperball, it's a different regulation, and yada, 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 yada. So don't let that fool you, and don't put a paintball in this thing, because I suspect if you do, you're going to mess up your weapon pretty bad. All right, so compatible with the rubber steel rounds. This is the pepper rounds, obviously the practice ones. This is the 68 rubber balls. Now, it doesn't say the rubber steel, we're going to find out now. And this is, of course, your 68 caliber pepper balls. And then underneath here, ooh boy, check that thing out. Guys, okay. Do you know how when we do videos, the first thing I usually do is give you guys the approximate weight on this, what it feels like to me. It is a little heavier than that saber that we tested. Remember the saber? But it's a little lighter than, say, the gavel. And we'll weigh that. I'm going to see if I'm actually accurate on that. We're going to verify it in a second. But kind of taking a look around the weapon here, you've actually got a button here that I don't know if it actually does anything. We'll have to look at the instructions for that. You do have a trigger guard safety on here, which I do kind of like. You got a magazine release on this side. Nice Picatinny rail right up front here for a good laser sight, which I have a pretty good beat on too, guys. And of course, this one is magazine fed. Okay. Problem number one with launchers is that everybody wants magazine fed. We've talked about this. They want to be able to interchange these, even though a lot of these, based on the power they're getting, you're not going to get any more than, 6 to 10 shots out of it. They want a magazine so they can swap it out. All right. Let's see what else we got in the box here. Looks like that is you get, what the hell is that? Look at this, guys. It looks like two little BBs or something. Okay, those are smaller than airsoft. I have no idea what those are. Maybe the instructions will tell us. And we get the puncture cap, which is zip tied in. Nice. All right, cracking that open, and there it is. Now, this is one of those quick pierce puncture caps, guys, that actually I believe has a twist to release, and it does, a twist to release. So CO2 goes in, nozzle, looks like nozzle down toward the bottom of the launcher. This threads in, pop this, that's gonna puncture your CO2 and then fire away, all right? Now, what I wanna do, before we get too carried away, I do wanna check the weight on this and see if I'm actually accurate. So I wanna give you guys, and hopefully, Stumpy's going to get a view of this. I'm going to put this right there so you can see it. If we can see it. Let's see here. On. There we go. And, okay. So this weighs 1 pound, 1.73 pounds. The gavel weighs 1 pound 4.7. So the gavel is actually lighter. I did not know that. Let me weigh that again. Yep, 147. All right, checking the Pepperball TRP. It's coming in at 192. So the Pepperball TRP is a little bit heavier, and the grip is much larger on a TRP. It really is. This is a thinner grip, easier to grab. This is a thicker grip, all right? And the Berna is coming in at 1 pound, 2 ounces. That's kind of where I figured it was going to be. So fits between the gavel, which is a little lighter, and the TRP, which is a little bit heavier, okay? That's one thing I did want to find out. So it is actually a relatively light launcher. And, wait a minute, I wonder. Shh. No, don't look at me. Let's see if it fits. You golly, guys. All right, nobody expected me to actually put this on during the show. It's concealable. All right, so what have we solved? Magazine fed, quick pierce on the CO2, high power, we think, I haven't tested it yet, we'll find out shortly, and still uses 12-gram cartridges and is pretty easily concealable. Pretty sweet, right? All right, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, just shoot the thing, yeah. We're going to. Next thing I want to test, we want to test the trigger pull on this because I want to see how light or heavy it is. You know how light this thing was. The TRP is like you could barely even feels like you're pulling the trigger and it fires. So give me 1 second, I'm going to grab a CO2 and we're going to give it a shot. All right, now, notably while I'm putting the CO2 in here, I did notice there are no rounds in the box. That is a first for Mercury Rise. Generally, they throw in like a tube of pepper rounds and a tube of kinetics. So I'm a little curious as to if that may be something that was overlooked, or wait a minute, I know exactly why it was. Gotta wait till the end of the video. We're gonna find out though. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna charge the launcher. I wanna feel now, and quiet. By the way, that sounded like so when you charge most of these, you got a pretty heavy clack when it locks into place. That almost sounded like a rubber plunger, like a locked into place. So I'm sure there's something to do with the internals of this, which we have not even considered checking into right now, but we're gonna look at that at some point in the future. So, all right, we're gonna get our trigger gauge out here, and we're gonna see, hopefully I'm gonna keep this on camera, guys, so you can see exactly what it is too. Okay, we're going to test our trigger pull now, and pulling. Okay, admittedly, golly, somebody did warn me to wear ear protection on this video, and I did not. My bad, my fault, I'm gonna learn. Holy cow. All right, so I'm getting 5 pounds, 10 ounces on that trigger pull, so we're gonna try one more time. Oh, okay. All right, I don't even have any earmuffs, guys. I need to get some, I suppose, but all right, here we go. Oh, let me clear it out. There we go. And let's see where we're at now. 5 pounds, 12 ounces. All right, so we're right at the 5 pound mark. That's actually good. Let's check that release for CO2. That is so cool, dude. All right, I love that. One of the things I've always liked is the ability to release that CO2 and charge it when you need it. That way you don't have to worry about it constantly being charged. Guys, 5 pounds, 10 ounces. That's good. I mean, it's not as light as the Pepperball TRP, and it's a little lighter than I would say the Gavel would be, but it's definitely lighter than the Berna, especially if you're charging the CO2 the first time. So yeah, 5 pounds, perfectly acceptable. That's a very, very, very good range for these. All right, guys, no further ado. Scully, I'm sorry, dude. Sorry. We're gonna take him out on the range. Let's get this started. All right, folks, so as you can see, we're actually on our range here. We've got our chronometer set up here, and we're right under the light. I don't want to miss any of these settings. Now, the first set we're going to do here is not really for accuracy, guys. I just want to get a couple of readings off of this so we can get a basic joule rating. So we're using the the Berna rounds right now, and I believe they're 3.6 grams. I'll verify that here in a minute, but that way we'll be able to get a good baseline on this thing. So let me get back behind it here. And I'm gonna try to keep you guys angled and in focus. So hang on one second here, and I'm gonna get right behind the camera if I can, so bear with me. By the way, we're firing at probably about 20 feet from where we're standing right now. Okay, so we got the launcher in hand, charging it up. You hear that? It's like a thump. It's kind of cool. All right, and we're gonna go for an FPS reading. Guys, are you reading it? That is not a joke or a typo. That is 503. Here we go again. Next round. 494. 484. 469. 453. And 446. Okay, that's insane. Okay, that is awesome. We haven't seen power like that except maybe out of the Gavel up till this point. The TRP, maybe if you crank it all the way up to full, but reliably out of the box, it only has one competitor that I can see so far. Tell you what, I am going to, so we fired 6 rounds, that's where we're in it right now. Let me just empty it out here. 4 more. So it is designed for 1 magazine. Okay, so 1 magazine is what you're going to get out of this thing, and that's perfectly acceptable. Oh my gosh! All right, I know what you're waiting on, guys. I know you want to see what I do to poor Scully. You're just mean. But all right, we got a fresh CO2 in now. The next 6 rounds that we will be sending at Scully, you know what these are, right? We are going to be firing the Grimberg Jewels. Now, honestly, when it comes to kinetic rounds, there are none better. Not that I have personally found. They're obviously a little on the pricey side, but once again, guys, you get what you pay for. When it comes to your self-defense, yeah, it's worth it. All right, so we got 6 of the Grimberg Jewels in there. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna set up a Scully. Let's get our meter out of the way now that we have a reading of what kind of ridiculously insane power we're getting out of this. And guys, I'm gonna do something creative with this one. Hold on one sec, let me grab Scully. And what I'm gonna do, hang on a second here. Okay, I'm going to put him, sorry guys, I know you're sitting there staring at a wall. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Scully down here, but I'm gonna put another Scully with him. Now, I'm gonna move this camera a little bit, guys, so we can see this together. I am gonna put these side by side, like this, if I can get it to stay. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to or not. All right, guys. My goal, we're gonna do the 3 to 5, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 feet, okay? We're going to fire from here, which is the outside of the standard self-defense range. And I'm gonna try to hit the white Scully dead center. And you know what I'm looking for. I'm not even gonna say it because I think you all probably know what I am thinking about. So, I'm going to move this up here so you guys can get a good view of it because I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to make that shot. So, if I miss this, no laughing at me, okay? All right, there we go. So, I'm backing up. Let me get our Pistelle, oh, excuse me. Let me get our Mercury Rise. Charging it up. Oh, I'm gonna see if you can hear the charge here. Guys, okay, so I'm gonna strike this to charge it, but I'm gonna put it right by the mic so you can hear it. Listen. Did you hear that? It's like, it's kind of cool. All right, here we go. Oh boy. So we're at, let's just count them off. You guys know I don't BS, but let's count it off anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here we go. Going straight through Scully. Okay, that's not gonna work. They fell. Hang on a second. Did that? Oh, no. That went completely through. Hang on, I'm gonna make sure the camera can see this. Completely through this one, see that? And lodged in this one. Now this one is printed at a higher density than this one is. Wow. All right, let's go for a straight shot. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Same distance. Now I'm gonna try to get between the eyes here, guys, but you know, it's a long shot. We're gonna see how accurate it is. Here we go. Okay, I can see I should probably just stay down here. Hold on. Okay, what did we do that time? Guys, skull, wait for it, gotta get an angle, and all the way through. This is kind of scary, actually, especially out of the box. All right, here we go again. All right, I'm gonna try to go through the board on the bottom. This is a hard shot. Oh, and out. Yep, that's it. So you're gonna get, on average, well, 1 magazine. It's really designed for 1 magazine. All right, this one, guys, look at this. So I hit right here, and it went completely through and out the other side. It ripped the top off of that. This one went completely through. This one sketched right. This is the one. Remember I told you I was shooting for the board? This is the one where I hit the board and it went completely through here and it actually lodged in the wall right there. Holy cow. Poor Scully. Sorry, dude. Let's go back in the office. All right, guys. What do we think of the Mercury Rise Intrubuster? Well, I could tell you my two favorites now. Guys, I've never fired anything like that except for the gavel. Honestly, the way it is, okay, the weight of it is nice because it's a little bit heavier, so you don't feel any recoil. I mean, you've maybe a teensy bit, but not much at all. It is extremely loud. So to the person out there that said, wear ear protection, I want to thank you for telling me that. And I want to dedicate my ringing ears to you for this episode. That was really, yeah, it's extremely loud. And obviously, right? I mean, if you're only going to get 6 full power shots out of one CO2, you are putting a ridiculous amount of power behind each one of them, which, by the way, is the same reason the gavel is designed the way it is. 16-gram cartridge, but you're going to get 5 shots because it's putting a ton of power behind each round. Well, that's exactly what we're finding. Now, I have been through everything. I've been through their documentation. I've been on their website. These little BBs, I have no clue what these are. No idea. So I'm going to put them in a box and then I'm going to talk to Mercury Rise and ask them about it. But do I approve of this? Oh, heck yeah. I am going to be carrying these in the shop. But here's where we're going to tell you some interesting stuff. Here's what happened. I know a lot of you guys are wondering, gee, that looks a lot like the Pistelle. Oh, did you notice what we're missing up here, guys? Okay, so we got our Berna, right? We got our gavel. We got our really bitchin' Intrubuster. But we're missing our pepper ball. Oh, wait. Pepper ball TRP. Guys, I'm not BSing you. And I'm still wearing, yes, these belly bands rock. If you have not gone to visit her, go visit this chick's website. She's awesome. I'm not even joking, all right? Yeah, and I mean, these are... They're freaking wonderful. That's a big launcher, and it fits in there. So, yeah, definitely visit her. All right, here's what happened. Apparently, there were 100 test units that were designed of this launcher that were supposed to be for Defense Innovations or Modern Combat Sports under the name of, say it with me, Pistelle 68. They made it to Mercury Rise. Mercury Rise branded them and then sold them. Now, they only had 100 of these, which is why, if any of you guys have been on Mercury Rise's website, you've probably noticed that now the Intrubuster is listed as the Pistelle 68. So they're actually going to be selling those too. Now, I can tell you that if you got one of these, if you got one of the Intrudubusters, the support on these things, aftermarket, so any kind of warranty stuff and all that, is not going to be handled by Defense Innovations or MCS. That'll have to go through Mercury Rise. But in the future, if it is a product that is, by Defense Innovation, so if it is a Pistelle 68, all of your warranty stuff will go through them. That being said, there is a Pistelle 68 en route now. I've actually got a tracking number right there. It's supposed to be here on Wednesday. When it arrives, we're going to do another video with the Pistelle 68 side by side with this just to illustrate a point, okay? But I will be carrying these, and the Pistelle 68s, that's what we're looking at. I'm going to have them. I've already talked to MCS. Those guys are awesome. You know that. I've talked about them before. But we are going to be able to carry those here too, which is really, really cool. I love that launcher. I love it, love it, love it. Man, I told you guys, this market is only getting better. It's getting stronger. The launchers are getting cleaner. They're eliminating things that we do and don't like. Okay, am I the only one out here that cannot wait for the solstice? I mean, seriously, every time one of these guys releases a new launcher or upgrades their existing one, it's revolutionary. It changes everything. And that's exactly what has happened here. These guys took the best of all of these and turned it into another launcher. The closest thing to this is probably the pepper ball as far as the design goes, but it's just uncannily powerful. It just is. It's incredibly loud, incredibly powerful. Blew a hole through 2 Scullies, which we've never done that before, and I love it. And this is great. Yeah, it really is. I'll have them. Give me time. We're working on it right now. As soon as their inventory comes in, we'll be able to get it. But if you've got an Intrubuster, it's now a collector's item. So hold on to it because there's only 100 of them that were ever made. So don't get rid of your Intrubuster. It's pretty cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I have been jonesing to get this video out to you. And there will be another one about this one shortly because obviously when the Pistelle 68 comes in, we'll have it too. Kurt, I need to get those, we got to get some Grimbergs in here, dude. If we can get some joules in the next test, I want to test both of these using nothing but joules. Honestly, all of these can fire the joules without a problem, and it adds power. They're just brutal. So kinetic rounds, Grimberg joule for sure. Yeah, no doubt. Guys, have a fantastic week, and I will see you much sooner than later. Bye-bye.